We back up in this thing. You can't roll with us if your last name don't got no loyalty. Podcast party poppin', but you already knew. I've been rolling with these folks. This that Monday night crew. Millennials versus the world like. Millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world like. Millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world. Millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world like. Millennials versus the world like you.
Oh, what's happening, good people, man? Welcome back to another episode of Last Name Loyalty. It's your boy K. Mims. This is the only spot you get authenticity and entertainment at the same time. I need everybody to do me a favor. Please make sure you download this podcast or stream it wherever you hear podcasts from. Also, make sure you take a second, subscribe to the page, and do all those good things, man. It really helps the channel grow. Appreciate y'all. That is my boy right there, B-Dot. What's happening, man? The merch guy.
What's good, brother? What's good? How you doing?
Hey, so I gotta ask you a question, man. And it's kind of like pains my heart a little bit, but we got to talk about it. What is it about? Like, so before I came down, I'm being very honest and vulnerable, so work with me. So you ever like got to do something, you got to put something on, you got to dress or whatever the case may be, and like when you do it, you ask your wife first, like you don't iron or nothing, you just put it on and be like, yo, this look right, this good, da-da-da, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is it about when they look at it and they say one thing, but they looking like another thing? They be like, oh yeah, they be like, yeah, that's good. And they're like, okay, that's straight. You can wear that.
Probably gonna take it off. Because if you felt like that, I probably felt like that too, which is why I'm asking you.
Boy,
I don't have to ask if I know it looked good.
Boy, my wife.
If I know it looked good, I'm not asking you.
Boy, my wife straight gutted me out, boy. No lie.
Wait. So what you asking didn't happen. You just went straight there. What the fuck you got on?
No, it's not even that she said that. It's just the way she looked when I was trying it on, and she like what type of pants? Like, yeah, bro. So it made me just stop. It just made me stop, and I'm like, oh nah, I'm good on this. I ain't gonna really go that route. Da come down to something else. Like so. So, bro. So I'm like, so I keep the shirt and I change the pants, thinking like, okay, boom, this where we at with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing. This cool. This where we at. Boom. And she like, nah. I'm like, hey yo, so am I good or not? And she like,
this is the second outfit.
This is the second outfit, different pants, same shirt. So like then like, so I put some other, if anybody see me in person, I'm not the tallest and I ain't skinny. So I put something on, right? And she was like, turn around real quick. I'm like, yo, what's happening, yo? So she told me to do it. And she was like, I mean, you can wear that. So I'm down here the whole time. I'm like, hey, like, why not just say you don't like it versus giving me the faces and then saying go ahead and wear it? Why?
Yeah, you can't. I don't know. You can't give me the faces and then be like, oh no, it's good. Nah, it's not.
That's crazy, bro. And I'm like, hey, look, like we ain't really gotta like just tell me it's bad and I'm okay with it because I was unsure. It's not something that I thought was fire, and then now you come down and be like, nah, I was unsure from when I brought it to you. So I need you to be
that's
like,
that's why I asked.
Yeah. She got me, bro.
What if you put something on and then she's like, oh yeah, I like that. But you like, I don't know. Do you still wear it or do you take it off?
Depending on my say that first part again, my bad. I'm on live. I'm on YouTube right now, TikTok. I'm on YouTube. Go ahead, bro. My fault. Ask the first part again.
So you put the outfit on, right? You don't necessarily ask her what it looked like, but you put the outfit on, and she's like, "Oh, I like that." But you looking at it like, I don't know about this.
I'll go with it. I'll go with it.
Just because she liked it.
Yeah, for sure. That's like if she say something fire, and then you get out and your homeboys try to joke on you, you really don't care because you know your wife ain't. See, what I got from it is like you really represent your wife for real. So anything you do or do not wear, it really just matters to her because you represent her out in these streets. You understand what I'm saying? So from there, when she stamps something, I don't even really care if I was on the fence. If she stamped it, then I'm good. It's just the ones I really don't be knowing, and I be looking for validation. And then when I look for validation with it, and you say what are you wearing this to? Like, I'm like, hey yo, well, I'm definitely not wearing it now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I get up out of there. I don't like stuff like that, bro.
See, we both gotta. If she tells me she don't like it, I'll probably take it off, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if she like it and I don't like it, I can't wear it.
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
got it's on me.
I just don't know what it's about that feeling when the gut check you like, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me not ask that. I'm about to expose myself. But I just had to ask because that happened to me. We ended up coming to an agreement on an outfit. It was just like, you ever not pour into a certain part of your wardrobe as much as you should have? So when it's time to need that thing, you're not as confident in it because you haven't done it all the time. You haven't done it like that no more.
Mhm.
So for me, it's like, oh no, I'm not tripping. But in the same note, it's like I don't do this enough to know if it's good or not without you. So I need you to tell me if it's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it just exposed me, bro. It just exposed me, bro.
But
So small talk will be tapping in with us here shortly. But so this is conversation, man. First and foremost, I want to say it's low-key serious, but I think it's worth having. Millennials, we're grown now. We're kind of the adults now, whatever the case may be. So I don't know if you heard, but like a Minnesota wide receiver at the age of 25 years old was found, he was found dead in his garage with with an alleged self-inflicted gun wound in his
mhm.
garage. 25 years old, played for the Minnesota Vikings, XYZ. Now, my condolences to his family. I'm not speculating on that story a lot, what actually happened or none of those things. But the conversation I want to have, bro, is like as it goes around, a lot of NFL players were saying the mental battle they go through. Because what is being reported is like he got injured 2 seasons back to back. Season-ending injuries, went through a lot. And, unfortunately, in the recent days, this came out. So, a lot of people went into like, you never know what people are going through, what you don't. A lot of people said like what the mental taxing is on a athlete's rehabilitation process, things of those natures. So the question and conversation I want to have with you, my good brother, is how do you know when somebody feels checked on? How do you know when you tap it in, that person may feel checked on or not? Is there certain signs that you will know that make somebody feel that way or not? What is it like to know? Not what is it like? How do you know that your peoples feel checked on? Because we got to check on our peoples, man. How do you know they feel checked on, bro?
That's a good question because honestly, unless they telling you I don't feel checked on, sometimes you could really not know. Like you can feel like you checking on them, but if they don't feel that you are, or you're not checking on them the way that they need you to, kind of don't matter. You got to show up for the person the way that they need you to show up. Kind of, I guess that's what I'm saying. Um, but I feel like if this is your people, you should be able to have that conversation with them. Hey, bro, what's going on? How you feeling? You know, talk to me. I think everybody doesn't have that person that they can go be deep with, but I don't know, bro. You got me rambling. I really don't know how you would feel, how somebody would, you would know that somebody else feels checked on. That's a them thing. That's a them feeling. If you
How
doing
do
your
you,
thing as a friend,
if you know somebody needs to be checked on, how do you check on them?
oh, you just
Whether
you
they know it or not, because that is on them. But how do you check on them if you know people need to be checked on?
oh you be there. If I'm thinking about our friend group, shoot them a text message. Text messages, if they landing cool, they can build from there. Conversations on the phone, asking the questions, how you feel, being straight up. How you dealing with this situation? How you dealing with that? Because if these your day ones, or you locked in with these people, they, most times they kind of know what you're going through, or what situations you're in right now.
You know
I
what
think
I'll
if
say,
you
bro. Oh, go ahead,
go
brother.
ahead,
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
What I would say is, man, and it's not, again, this conversation is not about what that young man actually experienced or anything like that, but it mattered to actually like talk about. Britt, what up?
What's up, Brett?
So it actually mattered to talk about, you know, I think the thing is, bro, there got to be a
Hey
level of
y'all.
transparency. What up? What
What's
up?
up?
There got to be a level of transparency about what you're going through in order for somebody to know that you feel checked on. Now, again, I'm not saying anything should or should not lead to that ultimate thing. I'm not really getting into that, but it's like I will feel accountable if you told me you needed me, or I saw something and I checked in. But like I feel like in order for others to feel checked on, their friends got to know, their family has to know. You know what I mean? And it's a tough thing, bro, because a lot of times it'd be a trick bag because people be wanting to be checked on by who they want to be checked on by. And then that becomes a whole nother conversation of if they feel checked on. You see what I'm saying?
You
So
say like if what do you mean?
Brittany going through something right now, right? And this is our friend group. You calling her, like, hey, is everything good? You checking in with her. But in reality, she wants me to do it as a friend, right?
Oh, so it don't matter
So
that I'm doing it.
I ain't gonna say it don't matter, but what we talking about, like Brittany gets to choose who she wants to feel that from, which in then
Mm-hmm,
turns relies on if she feels checked in on. You know what I mean? It's just such
mm-hmm.
a slippery slope, bro. It's like if you haven't connected with somebody as a friend on that level, I don't know if you can pull them out of that place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you can pull them out of that place of quote unquote, I don't want to say darkness, but like checked on. What you think, Brittany? How you make somebody feel checked on?
I'm trying to follow a little bit. So you're saying
All right, so I
you're
give you really quick context. So
mm-hmm,
recently, a young wide receiver from the Minnesota Vikings was found in
mm-hmm,
his garage with a gun wound that was reportedly or allegedly self-inflicted.
yeah.
So we're not, our condolences to that family. We're not speaking on that, but we're talking about how can you make somebody close to you feel checked on? You know what I mean? Like, how can you make sure? I know ultimately they, they choose how they feel, if that makes sense. But how can
Mm-hmm.
you check in with people at least to if somebody else was to see it, or if they were to reflect in that moment, that they could say like, oh no, such and such was looking out for me. They was checking on me, even if they can't receive it in the moment. I guess that's what I'm asking.
I mean, it's as simple as checking in, like as simple as asking someone how they're doing. I think it comes down to kind of knowing the person, right? Like if you know that this person is very outgoing, whatever, and then all of a sudden they start distancing themselves, like it's important to be like, all right, red flag, you're not acting yourself. Is everything okay? I think those are some of the questions that you can begin with. But even then, people kind of go into their shells, if you will. They might not want to talk about it. They might not, whatever. You can't push anybody to tell you exactly what it is they're feeling, but this just the simple fact of you extending a hand. I'll give you a perfect example. Somebody off this team that I don't normally talk to all the time has been ghost in my world. It was a 2-second text. Hey, yo, you good? Haven't seen you, haven't heard from you. And it was simple. It was a little heart emoji. Everybody's fine. You good? Okay, cool. That's all that it really takes to let somebody know, yeah, I'm thinking of you, but also are you okay? Like I just want to make sure you're okay.
Why do y'all think it's so like norm? If you ask somebody, are they okay? Everybody's like, yeah, I'm good. I give an
Oh yeah,
example.
I'm good.
I'm gonna give an example. Work, work. I ain't gonna lie, I was getting cooked. That's just where I'm at work right now.
Mm.
And I came home and my son was like, Dad, how was your day? I was like, oh, it was good, buddy. And I didn't even though I'm venting to my wife about it in real time,
Mhm.
he asked me my first, I was like, oh, buddy, I'm good. Why do you think our default is to say that our day was good, or, basically not to allude to what's really going on? And I want to give like kind of tiered answers, if that makes sense. Like, do you think it's out of protection from the person that we're telling? Do you think it's lack of vulnerability from the person that's saying it? So scenario one, like I'm trying to protect my son to thinking I had a bad day, throwing my emotions on him. B, like I ain't trying to be vulnerable with the person that I'm asking. Or C, do you think it's just culturally normed for people to just say I'm good when asked how are you doing?
I think it really depends on one who you talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Because that normal, hey, how you doing, to that random person, you don't care how I'm doing. I'm gonna say I'm good and I'm gonna keep moving. Um, I think in the situation you just said, I think it's just it's too complex for him to understand that you getting cooked at work for him to be like, oh, what's wrong? And then you got to try to explain it to a 5-year-old. So I think in that context, it's more of what'd you say, a protection of him for him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just a norm. It's a natural response. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. You
Mm-hmm.
sitting there in the worst state of your life. I'm good. I think it's just a natural thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Mister. Uh-huh.
Okay. Um, how we put it, like therapeutically, is like it can be like low, like emotional stress, right? Like I don't feel like talking about this right now. Okay is kind of like the baseline. Okay is like the neutral, like B dot just said, like the natural response. So sometimes when we set boundaries or we're trying to not kind of burden other people with our stuff, no matter how old you are, I think the proper answer is okay. And that's us setting a boundary of like, maybe I don't want to unpack this right now. Right? Because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if you really want to talk about it, you're just gonna word vomit and talk about it, even if you're not okay. But when somebody asks you, "Hey, you good?" Yeah, I'm straight, Joe. Because I just don't feel like unpacking this right now, or maybe it'll come up later,
Yeah.
Or I don't want to unpack it with you.
or that.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Cause
Okay.
cause I think I'm just more mindful of the ask. Like if I feel like you're genuinely asking me how I'm doing, I'll think I'll reciprocate that with how I'm actually doing, good or bad or indifferent. If it's like a PC, like, oh, I'm just asking, I'm going to read how you ask me that tells me the answer I'm going to give you. Does that make sense? Like, if we're doing it in passing, like, oh, how are you? How's everything? I might give you like, it's no complaints. To me, no complaints means I could be getting cooked, but ain't no need of talking about it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I'm not gonna be like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
everything's perfect. But if I feel like it's just some regular smagular, like I'm doing this because I got to, I'm probably gonna hit you with the normalized, like, okay, whatever, this
Hmm.
thing. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I ask, bro, I be struggling with that. Sometimes I be like, so I'm like, hey man, how you doing? And I read it wrong and I tell them how I'm doing for real. They be like, oh, okay.
Oh,
I like, oh, bro, you asked me how I was doing though. Like, oh, all
Yeah.
right. Like they ain't sign up for all that.
Hmm.
But it's just an awkward go ahead, Brittany.
Because just like okay is a normal question or a neutral question, how are you doing is a neutral question. Some people don't really ask for a response. They just ask because it's practice. It's common practice to ask somebody how they're doing. I don't really want to know the answer for real.
see, that's exactly what I was saying. You don't really care.
I don't ask that question if I don't want to know the answer at all.
So you don't
I wanna,
you don't think that's a common phrase? Like a hey, how you doing?
No.
I just want to hear you say you good, so we can move on.
What you mean?
Hey, how you doing? I'm good.
I'm not
Good.
asking nobody how they doing if I don't want to know. I just say, hey.
It's a natural thing. And so if somebody
Not
says,
for me, bro.
"Hey,"
I ain't gonna lie, not for
if,
me. If I don't
if
know you
somebody
like that
says,
and I don't want to know, especially if you're a negative Nancy, I'm really
uh,
not gonna ask you. I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, what's up? Good morning.
they ask you how you doing, you're not saying how they doing.
Typically, negative Nancy's aren't going to ask you. I give you a real example of why I
I'm
don't
talking
do
about
that.
in general.
Yeah, I probably I'm straight. I'm straight. Because I'm straight is neutral. I'm good as picking a side.
But you're
I'm gonna
not.
give you a real
But you're not asking. You're not asking them how they doing.
no. I'm saying I'm good. I'm not, and I'm not being funny. I'm not trolling. I'm not asking.
Okay.
I got one for you. I got one for you. One day, I'm wherever I'm at, and I say good morning. It was Monday. I say good morning to somebody, and they say back, it's just morning. What's good about Monday?
You right. Have a good day, bro.
Uh, your life obviously sucks. You don't care that you woke up this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
So,
Now I did. Go ahead.
so is it somebody that you cared about?
No, it was me doing what we're talking about, being professional. Like this, is a thing. Good morning is not a question.
Mm-mm.
I just said good morning. He's like, what? Just no good. It's just morning. I'm like,
But that didn't prompt you in your mind to be like, should I ask them if they all right?
Nah.
you seen that meme of Lil Terrio when he and Popeyes? Like,
Mhm.
I was like, no,
Yeah.
because if you feel that way about waking up and having somewhere to go, and I don't know you on that level, I don't want to know what's coming out next at
Okay.
all. I'm not respectfully. Go do what you gotta do. I'm not judging you. You going about your day.
That's how I'm at work when guys, they be like, "Dang, it's Monday. You happy? Yeah, you right. I'm happy. I woke up this morning. I'm breathing. I got paid 2 days ago. What's not to be happy about? Why are you mad?"
And sometimes for me, that's out of protection. I'll be real about that. Like I feel a need to not always show my emotional state outside of work at work. I will say that. So I'm not gonna necessarily act overly happy. I don't do that, but I'm not gonna also
Mm-mm.
always be like, oh my God, life is so like I think there's a line, like a couple episodes ago, we talked about guys being too emotional. I feel like if you can't compartmentalize temporary situations, you're too emotional, my boy.
Mm-hmm.
You're too emotional, my boy. I can't help that. Um, but to the original topic, how much of it before we transition? I didn't know it was gonna go this long with this. Before, how much of it is the friends or family's responsibility to make somebody feel checked on?
And I was actually thinking about that before we kind of moved into it. And again, I feel like it's up to that person because you can be there for that person and be there for that person and constantly check in on them. And if they don't feel like you did, they don't feel like you did. And then you can do about it. Besides feel away or be mad or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, you do the right thing, but to answer your question, how much is it, your loved one's responsibility? Really zero.
Sha,
Responsibility.
sha.
But I mean, in my experience, you can say yes and yes and yes and yes. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. And that first time you say no, oh damn, bro, well, F you too. Dang, bro, but what about all the yeses? What about all
If
the
you
times
if
that I
you
was
if you're a friend or family, it is your responsibility.
mm,
I'm not gonna
I,
lie.
I
I'm not gonna lie, Brody. Yes, it is your responsibility. Now, granted, to
went
your point,
mm,
you can't control how they feel. It's absolutely your responsibility, though. I got to be real
I
about that
guess.
one.
I guess. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying that, you shouldn't care for your people. But all I'm saying is to put that responsibility, because that's the word you put on my back,
Mhm.
for you to not feel that I'm actually being there for you, that's a stressor for me on the back end when I invested all this time in you. Now I gotta feel away.
Okay, Brittany, anything else on that?
No, but I do think that it is our responsibility. It's not our responsibility to worry about how they respond, but it is our responsibility to check in, especially if you know that person and there's something that's off or different,
Mhm.
or even if there is a consistency, I feel like if you're close enough to somebody, you can kind of pick up on when things feel a little funny or a little
Mhm.
different. And that's when it becomes our responsibility to kind of follow up. Are you okay? I mean, I'm I'm with you, Dot, on how often, right? Like frequency. I can only do so much.
She tired. Hey,
However,
look, that's a woman that's tired of checking on folks over there, boy.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So my next question is this, and this is probably something that we're going to disagree on. Oh no, that's not it. How old is too old for toxic relationships? And please let me explain. Please let me explain. Let me explain. I'm 35. I'll be 36 in October. The older I get, bro, I don't care how long you've been together. I don't care what your relationship was like. Bro, we too old for some of the stuff I be saying, dog. We too old to be drinking out of the same well for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We too old to be getting lumped up 6, 7, 8, 9 times and be like, he ain't gonna do it the 10th or she ain't gonna do it the 10th. We're too old not to be able to say, I am sad, I am mad. Manipulation, depending on how long it's been going on, you know, that's kind of one of those things where like that's really situation by situation because people's brains can't get warped out and dynamics are, you know, important. But how old do y'all feel like? I want to age before we get debating because I know all of us not going to agree. How old is too old to be in a toxic relationship?
Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna give you a
It's never
smooth.
too old. It depends. Go ahead.
No, that's not my answer because I just
Okay.
had this debate earlier. I think 30 is like a solid number.
All right. That.
I really don't want to put an age on it, but if I gotta put an age on it, I really don't. But if I gotta put an age, I would say anything after 25 for real.
God, dog. Hey, that's a little aggressive, bro. I honestly, I got the latest age. I was gonna say 32. This is my thing, yo.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing worth like I get people normalize that environment and normalize those responses and whatever they're going to, but it is nothing that is worth actually like staying there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like okay, first 2 times, I ain't judging it. You've been together 10 years since you was 19. People grow, people change. I'm not judging. Well, I'm judging a little bit, but I'm not fully judging it. Like, bro, you get into your 30s and you dealing with the same thing, and then like you keep showcasing the toxicity and then want people to still give you grace. Oh nah, dog. Y'all go do that over there.
But I think a lot of that has to do with people's like upbringing too. Like if I'm the toxic person, one, I gotta realize that I'm the toxic person, right? I think
Do you think
so.
people really don't know that, Brittany? Do you think toxic people don't know that? Like
Yeah,
seriously?
yes, I
Yeah,
do.
no.
Narcissistic people, I know that's an overused word, but it is a real thing where people just out here doing stuff, not even realizing what they're doing. Like it becomes a part of you. You do it so much that it's second nature, for real. So I think people are really doing that. And I also think like with age comes awareness, right? Like the older you get, you have to start being more aware. It ties into experience too. Like you experience different things. I just feel like there's some people that just genuinely have toxic traits or they trauma bond so much that they're not the toxic person, but they look for the toxicity in other people because that's the trauma that they haven't let go of, that they just connect to. They want to feel that because they haven't healed properly.
Damn. Let me ask y'all this. Toxic situation. On and off, been together for 7 years. They're 35. Would you get more grace if you didn't know it was toxic until 7 years? So you didn't see all the toxicity throughout. It comes to a point where it's now communicated, showcased, and now you understand, like, oh, okay, this is craziness. This been going on. Is there more grace given when somebody's been holding it privately versus giving that grace versus showing you the whole journey of what they've been going through?
You said they've been hiding it, but then the first thing you said was that it was showcased later in their relationship.
Yeah, so like they were together X amount of years. You were around.
Showcased publicly, you mean?
Yes,
Later.
after a certain amount of years went by. It's not like you saw it throughout the years. And then
I didn't see it.
you did not see it. And then
Uh-huh.
it comes out year 5 or 6. Then in the other, would you give more grace in that situation than you would from somebody that they were together 5 or 6 years, but you saw little signs and traits of it throughout those 5 or 6 years? So then when they come to you being peeped it, but
I think it's the same. I mean, I'm probably gonna give you the same response. No, I'm not gonna give you the same response.
have y'all ever been a little toxic before, Bo?
Yep. Till this day. No, I'm just kidding.
No, she ain't. Not.
No, I don't think I'm toxic.
Mm.
I mean, I don't think I'm toxic. Me.
I got you. I don't. I think it got to be both people, man. I don't think it's one person and not the other. You know what I'm saying? I think the phrase is overused. You know, the same way like narcissist and all that. But like as I've gotten older, and I think, you know, it's really glaring when you're trying to fix your own stuff, and when you're trying to actively not do something, it's like you see it a lot more in other places. Because you know what's toxic for one relationship ain't toxic for the next. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you actively or you grow out of something, you're like, hey, bro, did I look crazy when I should do that? It ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? And I just hate manipulative people. I feel like you got to be manipulative in order for you to have some toxicity to you. I hate it. And what really pisses me off is like people be going for it. Like, oh, how you ain't see that, man? I don't give a damn how good that thing is. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. No. So don't ask me that. Go ahead, Brittany. I'm sorry.
No, what you're saying is true. I actually have. She's not a friend. I know somebody that
if she
we.
was,
Yeah, well, she, yeah. Who she has issues and did not realize that she was the toxic person. So all these guys were coming in her, like falling in her lap because sis is bodied. Okay, cool. But she felt like that came with a level of I should be catered to, right? I'm not paying no bills. I'm not paying for nothing. Like want fine wine and dine. That was her MO. And it wasn't until like the dudes started dropping like flies left and right. The ones that stayed were the good guys. They had money, but sex wasn't good, for instance. And it was like, oh, why? That's a deal breaker. I can't stay because blah, 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 blah. And it wasn't until we had a real conversation like, you realize your traits are the toxic ones that are infiltrating the good guys, right? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I said, well, how do you figure that? I'm not doing anything. I said, well, you want all these things, right? You want to be catered to. They're catering to you, but you dropping them because I almost said something online I wasn't supposed to say because the sex isn't good, or
I know what you might.
like you can't do that. And so it got so bad to the point where like this ties back into what we were talking about how old is, you know, the age thing. She started talking to people that were like 25, 26, 27, and you up here 35, 36, 37, 38 years old. Like that to me, you can't be with somebody that's older than you or your same age because they see right through you. So to me, those are toxic traits that you're now taking on because you're talking to
Asia,
somebody
what
younger
up?
than you. Hey, Asia girl.
Hey.
Finish going, Brittany. Go ahead. Talk
No,
about
that was it. That was it. That you have to like that to your point about being manipulative, like you had to go with somebody that's 10, 12 years younger than you are because you're the toxic person. And that's what I meant by some people just genuinely don't feel like they're the toxic ones.
I have a strong feeling about that. I have a really strong feeling about that. My strong feeling is that I'm just gonna say it. I feel like women get so much more grace when they're the toxic one than guys. I'm gonna be real. They get so many guys to run away. They get so many signs. They get so many everything. And now it's like, oh, it's you. 16 guys later. I'm glad you figured that out. But as soon as go ahead, Asia.
No, I'm just saying, like, do you think it has anything to do with the messaging that like men like a little crazy?
Huh.
Because I've heard that so many times from men, like not even from women, from men. So do you think that has anything to do with it? Just wondering.
So like I'm gonna say no. I get what you're getting at. I'm gonna say no, and the reason why I'm saying that is like the crazy ain't the crazy that I would consider toxic. You know what I'm saying? Like we like a little crazy. We don't want no toxic junk. You know what I'm saying? Jump off the ledge a couple times, but reel yourself back. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a
No,
minute,
you jump off the ledge and say it.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like to me, the difference is this. I'm gonna tell you the difference, and I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna tell you the difference. She jump off the ledge, and you be like, "Oh, whoa!" But the next morning, she like, "What ledge? I ain't jump off no ledge. You tripping? That won't me." Nah, you jump off the ledge, and the next morning, like, you know, hey, look, we could talk about it, and you could accept it because everybody got a little bit of crazy to them, guys included. What in Brittany's scenario where she was, I gotta be careful. Where she was experiencing a whole lot of different situations at once. Okay, cool, respect. But like you're also the common denominator in 20 relationships, not 3, not 4. And I'm not saying you said 20, Brittany. I'm just saying in general. If a guy was doing that, he'll be quickly deemed as something on chick 3. And I'm gonna say something else, but I ain't gonna say it. I don't even want to get that party started, man. I'm telling you, he pissing me off. Then she, oh my God, so many guys. This ain't. Then he left me with. I gotta.
I can't even argue with you.
Come on, man.
You're right.
You as soon as that receipt was getting signed, you was giving that thing up, man. What you thought was right? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Don't act like it's the guys. For real. And I'm gonna be real. I'm not judging. If you go on a good date and he won, cool. If every guy wins, ain't nobody playing that game. Them tickets worth $3. Come on, man.
But how would you know that?
I'm gonna be real with you. You don't know until a month or so. You don't know until afterwards. For real. You don't know until afterwards. I promise you. Like you don't. But also being real with you, you also don't care at the moment either. You're not thinking like that. You like her, she like you. You're not thinking about that. It's afterwards where you start feeling like, oh, you do this all the time. Like you start to argue about the sky being blue, tomorrow, because you're trying to get up off of this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the behaviors afterwards where you people like, yeah, no. But the whole point I'm making is she would get more grace.
Do you stay or do you leave? When you finally pick up on it, do you stay or do you go?
If it feels manipulative, I'm gone. If it genuinely feels like we may have made a mistake or you don't like me as much as you thought you did, I can live with that. But like if I feel like you're trying to manipulate me, whether you telling the truth or not, I'm out. The second I feel like you being manipulative. Because I look, and I'll be real. I'm talking a lot, but I'll be real. My freshman year, when me and my wife's first interactions was out of the norm for both of us, but at the time, neither one of us known it. We didn't know it at the time. And 6 months later, we was like, hey, yo, you was lying like hell. And like, yes, me too. Yes, yeah. But the interaction wouldn't have been our norm. So I didn't know till afterwards. That's all I'll say. I said a lot right there. I'm sorry. Asia, can you give an age on how old is too old for toxic relationships before we move on to the next thing?
Like I have to give it a number?
Yeah, give it a number. That's what we did before you came on. Give it a number.
Let me see. How old is too old for toxic relationships? I'm gonna say. Can I give a range? Because I really want to say. I can't. I gotta say. Okay, all right.
A number.
The actual number. 2022.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
What? Vida, that's what you said?
I said anything after 25.
He said 20. That's too young, y'all.
22?
Nah.
22.
Yeah.
That's young.
No, we were still.
If I gave a range, that's what I was asking. If I could give a range, I want on the lower end, but I would
Well,
say
if your
22 to
range starts
25.
with 22, if your range starts with 22, we gonna be at this. You just learning yourself at 22.
Yeah.
In my mind, but you can be learning yourself and not be toxic. Like, why does still learning yourself have to equate to you being toxic? And then you getting to pass at that? Because I guess, and maybe this is the part I missed. What do we mean by being toxic?
Oh, so we never gave it a definition. But to answer your initial question, I feel like it's out of ignorance. So you could be doing something while you're learning that is toxic, but that wasn't what you were trying to do. And toxicity has a mixture of things. You know what I'm saying? Like you're learning and that person's learning wasn't good at the time. It was very like you get out of them like, woo, you grow from like, dang, we was toxic. So again, back to the thing earlier, you didn't really know when you was doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I would still say 20, 24, 25 though. And this is, if I can be honest, just because how I got to the range is because I'm thinking school wise. Like, I'm like, if you're still in high school, I get it. If you're still in undergrad, even, I'll give you a pass at that. Most people, you graduate undergrad, you out in the real world, like, come on, you about to get a grown job, but still okay being toxic.
Yeah, because I think experience caters to your level of toxicity. And I don't know.
Toxicity we're talking about. Like, I really feel like being toxic, being toxic.
Let me be quiet, man.
What age let me ask this because I wasn't here. My apologies for being late. I was working.
You
What
was not
age
late.
did
You was
y'all
good.
say? What age did y'all say was too old?
Go
I
ahead,
said
Doc.
30.
30.
I told her my age.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I said 32.
32?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a lot of grace.
No, absolutely not. I'm sorry. Ain't no way.
I mean,
no
respect. So this is the thing. It's like you gonna end up in two bags as an adult, right? You gonna end up as the adult. Say my wife got fed up and left me tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I've only had I ain't gonna say one series, but like I've been married for an extended period of time. I'm now 35, right? Or you're gonna have a person that like did everything under the sun from 22 to God knows when, and you're trying to unlearn 7,000 relationships. So it's like I give people the grace and space to be in both places. Like, say if you was with somebody when you was 22 to 28 or 19 to 28, and now you out of it. You get 2 years of grace, about 30, to figure out what you did wrong and learn from it. And then you got 2 years to be in a new relationship and figure out what's happening over here.
How does that equate to you being toxic? I guess I'm still
Thank
not
you. The
understanding how what you're
toxicity part.
saying is being toxic.
Because my point is, I don't think, well, some people, I don't think everybody openly goes into a relationship and they want it to be toxic or they're trying to be toxic. To me, personally, toxic means a chemical mixture of a whole lot of badness going on in this spot. Because I think people could bring different things out of different people, right? So I could be one way. I get out of this, learn from this. I hop into something else that I thought was good for me. And I started dating older chicks and she's been manipulative. I ain't think that. And she like, why you going out with your homeboys? Why you going to a podcast party? Why you having a production? And I'm like, because I like, and say my rebellious spirit, y'all know I'm not going to listen. So I go do what I want to do anyway. That becomes a bad situation to me. I'm like, oh, can't nobody control me. Chill out. Like, I think that could become toxic, but it wasn't intentional when I got in it. So that's what I mean. Age. Like, I don't think we always know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Until you make a conscious decision.
Yeah.
Because you just said, y'all know how I am. I don't want to listen. That's you intentionally saying, I'm about to be toxic. That's not I didn't know what I was doing. That's
I'm like that now. It's not toxic for my marriage now.
And now I'm deciding not to do it.
It's not toxic for my marriage now.
Okay.
You ask I'm gonna get my wife. You ask her, like, but this is the thing. What I want to do is not harmful nor neglectful of my responsibilities. So that's the other side of that. Like I am like that, but I also don't want to do anything that would be detrimental to my family. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
So that's not toxic. I get that. I understand.
Hey, bro, I'm ready to move on.
I came in hot. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, you did. Torpedo.
Everybody.
Golly, how was your day, Miss Asia?
You can tell by how I came in how my work day was.
Hey, look, but since we have her hot as a torpedo,
Oh,
I've been
Lord.
waiting all show for them two to pop in. So I have a video that I want to show, and I just think it's going to be a lovely conversation. So here you go.
You dress seductively and still consider yourself as a Proverbs 31 woman?
So you trying to come
Why
up
you
with
didn't ask me that?
I'm just
Well, how are you defining seductively?
Not dressing modestly.
What? Give me an example.
Right, give me an example.
Short skirts showing skin. Everybody can see your figure and what you're working with versus dressing modest.
So how can you dress seductively and still be a Proverbs 31 woman?
Yeah, because a lot of that goes on.
You can't. I say this. Let me start because I don't want nobody who got their breasts out getting mad at me. So relax.
Put your rebukers.
So let me say this. When we're talking about seduction, that means that you're doing something to sexually arouse or entice somebody. When we're talking about seduction, right? So that means that I'm being performative in a way because I need some sense of validation or I need the attention. Like I'm trying to do something to garner that attention from someone. It's usually coming from a lustful place. A Proverbs 31 woman, the virtuous wife that you're speaking of, is speaking of her character and her heart posture. And so she's confident. She has strength. She has dignity. It doesn't talk about just the outer garment. It talks about the inner garment. The inner garment, what's happening within her. She doesn't do anything for attention. She's confident in who she is. She's not looking to entice anyone. She's not operating in a lustful spirit. So that's the major difference. So you cannot be, or you cannot dress seductively, trying to sexually arouse, entice, or tempt someone and be a Proverbs 31 woman.
All right, so this is where this conversation. This was actually sent after we did our reaction last week. This was actually sent. It was like, oh yeah, I need to do this one. So let me just give initial thoughts before I have the actual the debate that I had. What's y'all initial thoughts on what he said? What her response was? Can both things be true?
She hit it spot on. I think she did a great job explaining the difference.
Bullshit. That.
No, I agree. You can't do both. I mean, when I saw this, I was like, what? Is that really a thought? Do you think it can be done? But no, you cannot.
But just to be clear, she was saying that you could do both. As long as, if I heard this right, Asia, I know the ears be, I'm saying, she said it's about how you internally are. So if you're wearing that without trying to provoke a lustful action, then it's fine. Did I mishear that?
Yeah,
That's what I got from her.
You did not hear nothing that woman just said.
No, that's not what
say
she
that.
said.
Word.
No, she didn't. She didn't say that.
Okay. What did she say? Okay, go ahead. Wait.
She was speaking to number one. I appreciate her talking about definitions, right? Because what she was getting at is you cannot have the mindset of seducing, because the word that he used was dressing seductively. So she's talking about the intent. Right. So she's saying if your intent is to seduce, right, you are dressing with the intent to seduce. You cannot do that and simultaneously have a character of someone, right, that is walking, I guess, upright, from what she's saying, right, that you have a certain standard, you carry yourself in a particular way. So she's saying that somebody that has that on the inside internally, right, their heart posture would not be to seduce anybody. Her character would speak for itself. That's what she was saying. So she was saying you cannot do both.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's what
I heard, at least.
No, that's really not what I heard, but I get you now. I thought that she was saying, I'm being real. I thought that she was saying, with everything you said, Adrian, with the definition, or if what I missed was the seductive part. You know what I mean? So I took that as if you are not with that intent, but you have the same thing going, so to speak, then it would be okay. That's what I heard. But I get what you're saying now.
No, because honestly, I think if you even have that mindset, as she explained it, you wouldn't even think to dress seductively to begin with. So those type of seductive clothing wouldn't even be an option for you.
I think you could wear seductive clothing that's not OD exposing.
Nah.
Okay, explain. How do you wear seductive clothing that's not exposing?
I said OD exposing. I mean,
Okay.
I ain't trying to be this guy, but like that. I mean, her arms and stuff was out too. She ain't have a butt and her breast out or nothing. But like,
But I think that's what we're talking about.
but the point I'm making is like there's a balance. Like it's not OD exposing, but you can show some skin. Is the point I was making. I ain't saying you got to come all the way from wrist to ankles. You know what I'm saying? I just think my issue before Asia corrected me, so my issue ain't really no issue no more. But my issue is that I feel like there's a lot of and going on and not or in 2026. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a lot of people that get off on the notion that as long as I state it and say it, what I do or what I dress like don't matter. This feels very much like this conversation that we had at this point ages ago. I can't remember. We talk a lot. We had a conversation on the previous pod where we were talking about like who women dress for, who guys dress for. And women, and then we kind of gave our opinions on like, no, I do, if a woman does it for me or who matters or whatever the case may be. Like I was putting this in the same boat as that conversation. You know what I mean? Like to me, I feel like you can seduce somebody without all your skin showing. I do. So it doesn't really always matter that if the dress shows everything you have. It's like the intent, how you wear it, how you go about it, not literally, but like the positions in the room you put yourself in order to accomplish the mission, whatever the case may be, is way more factors than a dress or the outfit, period, is what I'm saying. To me.
I can agree with that, like partially. In that, yeah, I do think that there are, that shorties that might wear like a baggy t-shirt and baggy jeans and can still seduce a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it really is in one of the pods that me, Britt, and Princess how we were talking about like being sexy, right? And
Sexy,
having
yep.
sex appeal. Right. I think it is something for someone to like if they have a figure, right? If they wear, let's say, a bodycon dress, you're going to see their figure, right? Like, or if they just have a figure in general, it doesn't mean that. And to your point, Keenan, they could actually be covered up, neck down to their ankles to wrists. And if they have a figure, you still will see, right? You still might see it. But I think to what she was saying in the clip, I think that dressing seductively, I think there's something about seducing. There's a lot of intent there.
So Asia, do you think there's a lot of women with that mindset that she spoke on though in 2026? And Brittany, you can answer it. Do you think there's a lot of women with that actual definition of that Proverbs 31 woman? Like, or it just sounds good in theory, or their actual what percentage or what range or whatever verbiage you want to use about women that actually have that mindset? Because I don't disagree. I just don't think it's out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest.
I think in 2026 there's a lot more and than the or, to your point.
Okay.
I do think that modesty has been defined differently in 2026
Please
because
define it.
to Asia's point, right? Like a bodycon dress technically is modest because it's covering every inch of your body if you have a long sleeve one on. But if you have a figure, that thing gonna show regardless. So, but it's still modest. So, and people still are like, oh, well, look at her body. She can't wear that at work or she can't whatever. So, I just kind of think this day and age, the and comes in a place where, yeah, we have to think about intent and why we're doing things. Because if my good sis wears, Asia, I'm using you because I can, wears a bodycon dress in a room,
Mhm.
right? Asia works out. She's very well put together versus someone else that doesn't do those things. Should they, but they both have like if Asia's intention is not to seduce anybody and another woman walks in with her cleavage out and butt showing, I think men will still flock to what they feel.
So, but I also don't think Asia gives that aura off though of the I don't want to say the negative, but the other part. You know what I mean? Like I feel like what Asia speaks on, she presents as too. You get what
Right.
I'm saying?
But to my point, in that same context, if we're using another woman who can give off the same aura as Asia, right? But she may have the cleavage out and the booty cheeks showing. It's still what I'm saying is that like the man is they can both be this in a seductive way, one modest, one dressing seductively.
So Asia, I just need you to answer this for me because I can be wrong. Wasn't the seduction in the mentality or the reasoning or the intention of what she wore from what we heard earlier? I'm asking, I'm not being funny.
Yeah, it was, it
It's
is the
in like
intention. It
the
is the
woman.
intention. I
So
think it's in the intentions for sure. I think what I will say though also, I think
bump me
it's
off
an
that point. I was
intention.
about to get Brittany. She saved you, Brittany. I was about to get your ass. She saved you. Go ahead.
No, I think it's an intention, but I also think it's in behavior too, right? Like,
Touche.
so for example, even because we talked about this, especially with the what can that one teacher like wear to work and stuff, right? It's like still being aware of your body,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so it's like if I know I'm going into like let's say I have a meeting, right? And it's in a male dominated space. I know for myself I'm not wearing a bodycon anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't even want the messaging to be they don't even know. There's a scripture, right, that it talks about like do not let your good be evil spoken of.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, yeah, oh boy will not know who I am as a person, but will see me. And so I don't want him to put an intent on me without me actually being able to speak for myself. So I would rather be aware because I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what she about. No, you actually don't. But if I'm sitting here with everything out, you can make that assumption.
Yep.
I don't want you to even have the chance to make the assumption.
That, but Asia, what you said, I'm gonna get a little off topic, but I'm being real, and I'm cool with getting crucified all year this year. That be my problem though. That people act like, and I've heard people say on this platform and others that like how I dress is not a representation of who I am, but it absolutely is though.
Absolutely.
It absolutely is. Look, we're talking about women, but on guys too. But we're talking about women. Let me be clear about that. But like it is though. If you walk with them things out, intent or not, a guy is going to think something. It doesn't. Like,
If
you don't have.
you have on form fitting clothing, a guy is gonna think something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I'm
Dot, hear
sorry,
me
that's
out.
not that. As far as the definition goes, that's not modest either.
Okay, touche. But Dot, the point I'm making is, and to what Asia, what you just said, I just hate that. I love what you said. I think that's fair, and I think that's understanding the game and playing by the rules. What you said, Asia. Not saying if the game is fair or not. I'm not getting into that, but it's absolutely the game that we have to play sometimes. But I hate when a woman does things like that. Like I remember going to Miami for the first time. Some of the things I was seeing, I'm like, hey, yo, there's no way you don't want people to look at you walking on the sidewalk like that. And then in turn, you act uncomfortable because all these eyes are on you. But remind me how many shoestrings you put together? Like, I don't understand that, dog. Like, okay, like doing that, somebody gonna look. And then in turn, act uncomfortable when they start looking and you walked out the house like that. That's what I don't get. And I'm not saying anybody deserves to be disrespected, deserves to be approached in a negative way. I'm not saying that. But if you do certain things, people are going to look and judge and have an opinion. Come on, man. And I don't understand why that's so hard. Please forgive me, ladies. Y'all speak for all women tonight. Why that's so hard to digest for some women. I don't get that. Like, oh, just because I did this don't mean that. Common sense means it does mean that.
Yeah. I'm keep my comments to
No,
myself.
don't keep them to yourself. Come on with it. Don't keep
No,
them to
I
yourself.
mean, so I agree. I agree with you. I think I've heard a lot of women say less about more what when you use the Miami example, the first thing that came to mind was like women are tired of being sexualized in certain spaces right? Like bra and panty versus swimsuit bikini on the beach. And why does everything have to be over sexualized? This is what I wear to the beach. This is what it's made for. What do you expect me to wear? That doesn't mean I want to be touched. It doesn't mean I want to be stared down. That doesn't mean I want to be talked to. This is the clothing, this is the attire that's appropriate for the beach. And I think that, like, when we have these conversations, I hear you, Keenan, because I'm low key with you, and I'm trying my best not to get ate up on the internet either for all my women. But
Yeah.
we got to be real in certain situations, right? When you do wear certain things, it comes with a level of attention, whether you put it on for that or not. That's just what it is. If you have a certain body type, if you are going to the beach and you are taking your stuff, like it just comes with a level of attention. Now, do you need to be sexualized? No, but it does come with a level of attention, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Doc. I see you, bro. Go ahead.
I mean,
Go ahead. Say what you thinking, bro. Go ahead.
y'all basically saying it. I just I don't get it. And most times it's the women who, if we talking about Miami and swimsuits, it's the ones in the thong bathing suit with the just the nipple cover that feel a way about a dude looking at them. And honestly, it's not about dudes looking at them. It's about dudes they don't want looking at them, or dudes
Facts.
they don't want approaching them. That's
Facts.
really what it is. Because if they find you attractive, it don't matter. It don't
Facts.
matter.
So, and Brittany, I'll say this to your point. Like, the woman that's doing that but is tanning at the pool, I look at that far differently than anything else. You get what I'm saying? Like, if she's tanning at the pool with the same thing on, that is not really attention seeking to me. That's like you're really tanning. You know what I'm saying? You have to be, but it's like the ones, the ones I'm talking about that do the little, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. It's them ones. Like, come on, man. Come on, Doc. You know what you're doing, Doc. Come on, Doc. Nah.
One
But
thing I
Maybe
I
she's
will say, like, real quick, is because yes, like yes. Also, I just want to say this, like, for real, so that it can be said explicitly. Even when folks look, I don't think that it's always the looking that is the problem. It is when then men or whomever have a sense of entitlement
Hmm.
to whatever they're looking at. So
Hmm.
it's one thing. It's one thing to look. It's another thing to then approach with this ego, as if it's like, oh, see, and now I can touch you, and now I can talk to you in any kind of way because now I'm assuming that XYZ. Well, there, well, there. You can look, but you are
Give me
not
that.
entitled to what you're
oh yeah,
looking at. And I think
1,000%.
that
Hmm.
that just needs to be, because I think that's really the problem. Because women, like, it's
Hmm.
like we know that people are gonna look. Honestly, either women don't care, they know what it's coming with. And also it's like, yeah, they could look, but they're not gonna touch me, but they're not gonna disrespect me. And I think that is, yeah. So I just want to, that's my stance on it.
I would give you that. I
I agree to
wholeheartedly
that.
agree.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone, regardless of what she has on, she should never be disrespected. Ever. I wholeheartedly agree with
Facts.
that. I just to think that it's like anything, to think that it doesn't come with something is where I get thrown off at. Like, don't act like you don't understand that it comes with something. You know what I mean? Now, again, you have every right to deny any approach. You have every right to I'm good on you, to not like them, to all the things. But to the original point, before we move into bro code, to the original point, like what you said, Asia, about the meeting with the male dominated industry, you weren't going to put somebody else intent on you based off what you wore. So you do have that decision to put something that would allow somebody to do that. And hey, you can live with it. That's what it is, but it still happened based off this thing. That's what I say to that. Anything else on that, y'all? On dressing seductively? That I had a good argument for that Asia defeated before we got there, but it's all good. Dot, let's get into this bro code, my brother.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to another Bro Code. It's crazy that we end where we did, because the first question is, ladies, Do black women feel protected in today's dating culture? Boom. Feel protected.
Do black women feel protected in today's dating culture?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm about to get crucified, but it's bro code.
The people need to know.
I'm about to get crucified, but I can do it on this.
Go ahead,
I guess.
Keenan.
Hey,
Because
yeah, I
I
was
don't
about to
have
say,
nothing
go
right now.
sneak.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. So, not in this entirety, no. However, there's a large amount of black women that bring some unprotectedness on themselves. I think. Okay, I'm being real. I know. Let me explain. So, I think when you're dating, right? I think there's certain. Again, back to the toxic thing. There's a lot of women that when they're dating, they go for the same type of guy that's done the same type of things over and over and over and over. Now, I ain't getting into the whole victim shaming thing and all that BS. I'm not getting into that. But what I am saying is, like, if it becomes a clear pattern of decision making that you could control, it's harder for me to feel that it's us not protecting you. If you do it, we try to, you do it, we try to, and then the same decision is being made over and over and over. It's like, damn, like, hold on, okay, what's happening now? And I think of like women I'm close to that I rap with, you know what I'm saying? That like, hey, it ain't too much I can do if you keep doing it. If you keep doing the same thing and gets the same result, what do you want me to do?
That is exactly my thoughts on it. You coming to me for advice, for help, for whatever, and you put me in this situation where it could go left, or situation like Sneak is saying, you just gonna go back anyway. Why would I put myself in these situations? Like for what?
Hey,
You just gonna
Asia, let me put a little more sauce on it so you can go ahead. I know you're gonna get to it. Let me put a little more sauce on it. All right.
I'm
Look,
y'all started off real wild. That's all I'm saying.
cool.
How does it become our fault? And the question is, do we feel protected? And somehow we got villainized.
But I see. I knew she was gonna pick one part, bro. I knew she was gonna pick one part, bro.
I'm wondering, is this only exclusive to black women that keep
You
going
know
after the same
what,
type?
Asia? I
Okay,
knew
go
you
ahead.
was gonna do that, bro. I knew you was gonna do that.
I ain't say nothing. I want you to say what you were gonna say, Keenan, so I can say what I gotta say.
I'm good. I forgot, man.
well, light us up, Asia. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I honestly, I don't even know how we got here. If I can be honest, I really don't. I just really don't. I don't know. This became all our fault.
I don't. If that's what you heard,
That we're
if that's
that
what
we're
you heard, Asia, I ain't got
unprotected.
nothing to do with it. If that's what you heard, I ain't got
It's
nothing to
not
do with it.
necessarily.
Keenan, what was the first thing out your mouth? Let's replay it. Let's run it back.
I said for the most part, yes, but some be their own fault. I said some. I didn't say all y'all.
No, it can't be all of us, but I'm just saying for that to
Hold
be
on, but
like
Asia, some is
the
not even
kicker.
half. I didn't even go with. I didn't say majority. I didn't say most. I said some.
No,
You know what I have flashbacks of when I said.
I know what you're having flashbacks of. No.
Okay.
I'm not even talking about a quantity that you said. That part actually for me has nothing to do with it. It's just that the question is about black women feeling protected, and one of the first things, it wasn't the you expounding on the yes part of it, or no part of it. It was you then jumping right to and spending most of your time talking about how for the quarter of black women that it is that black women are then choosing the same men, and therefore, and then B Dot followed it up with, yeah, because why would I put myself in this dangerous position as if now he's unprotected? And so I'm just a little confused, and
I
that's
give
all.
you that.
I think there's a hesitation there, and maybe the verbiage was bad, right? But I do think guys are more selective about the things they put themselves into, which could come off as I'm not protecting you.
Mhm.
But this is a perfect example, right? Like verbiage was absolutely terrible, and usually it is. Probably 75% of the time.
Bruh, see,
And
this is
so,
Dang.
therefore, I feel like because it's not understood or there's a confusing component, um, it's often displayed in this regard. And then, yeah, we don't feel protected. So, yeah, I think physically is one thing, but I think emotionally and mentally, the undervalue of a Black woman. I, I ain't got nothing else to
I'm
say.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not
no,
laughing at you. I'm
you want to
laughing
know
at
what?
that one.
I'll be super real because I usually be quiet, but I'm not gonna. I told myself I'm not gonna be quiet. It's not that I disagree with you all. It's really not that. It's that I think the conversation becomes about what I said first, which I did. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not taking away with my side of that versus like then giving your opinion if you feel protected. It became about like what I led with, what I went with, what I then flipped and said, you know, this is Black women's X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Respect, because I'm not disowning that from you. I'm not taking away that the verbiage was bad, all the things. I rather hear if you actually do or not, though. Whether whether my verbiage was crazy, whether I said the things that I said you agree or disagree. I want to know if you do feel, excuse me, or you would feel protected or whatever the case may be in that regard versus like my unpopular opinion now being the thing is what I'm trying to say.
Also want to add is dating culture. Not do Black women feel protected? Do they
Yeah.
feel protected in dating culture? Which is where I think Sneak and I's first response stem from.
Yeah.
Boy, Brittany, boy,
I,
that
I
girl
agree
right
with
there,
that. And
man.
I
I'm
think like
telling you.
I'm not gonna let up since Ken, if you're not gonna shut up, me neither. So
Cool.
I just feel like it's also one of the things that for us to feel, because you have to understand the question that you're asking is and the context of course is in the dating culture. But if I now feel like I'm in a space where dang, all right, if I say, you know what, I don't feel protected because da 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 da, dang, Bikini just said that
Yeah.
it might be because I'm choosing the wrong dude. I don't even do I feel safe to say what I need to say in this space? Do I
Okay.
feel protected in my opinion? You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a hesitation to share. No funny. Um, but I do feel protected though in today's dating culture. All jokes aside, and what my opinion about it is, I think when I think about feeling protected, I think it is from people that I know that do care about me,
Mhm.
right? So like I know that if I talk to my guys about certain things, now y'all might feel like, oh, this person's picking the same person, but I do know that at the end of the day, like it doesn't fall like we do hear what y'all are saying. Sometimes we don't want to listen, right? But I think that
Yeah.
when we know your heart is in the right place, it really is like after a while, it's like, oh yeah, my homeboy told me about that. Or
Mm.
sometimes if we don't even realize it's a pattern, because sometimes people you have a type, right? And this just goes in general. But I think I feel protected in knowing that I can talk to people about what's going on in my dating space, and knowing that with what they share with me will probably be in my best interest. When it comes from the people that are in the dating space, though, mm-mm, it's hard out there.
Mm.
Damn, that's a fair split. I see where you're going. You first. So Asian, now
Yeah,
you
no,
gonna
I
make me
like
like
that.
that. So you know what I meant was not like, you know how I rock with y'all for it. See, I always like personalize, bro. Don't do that, bro. You know, safe space,
You
bro.
told us we speaking for all women, Keaton.
I did, but the thing, so I was just talking about this earlier this week. I'm not trying to debate what it should be. Is this that as I've grown and had and this is just my opinion, like I'm not making it one thing or the other. Like as I've grown and people give their opinion more, or you learn how people, or you see more, or you interact with people more. Again, nothing's absolute, right? Like, so we can eliminate that. But like, it's just the quality of interactions are much more level now than lopsided. Like once upon a time, I think there was a lot of things that women mostly did, guys mostly did. Okay, you run it back. Okay, most guys do this, most women do this. Now it's like you legitimately got to look at each situation case by case and be like, damn, okay. But it's not because there's no generalization of actions anymore. I'll give you a simple one. The fact now that some guys feel like they need to be pursued and some feel like they're the pursuer, it automatically creates a new dynamic for interactions or moments for someone to feel a way about something has changed now. Because once upon a time, it was guys just pursued. Like, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like the things I hear with, again, you know, the women close to me or even the guys close to me, I just be like, damn, bro, like, yeah, take my card. I'm not an expert in this space at all because I don't even know how we got here off those things. So again, Miss Silent Mike over there, you know what I'm saying? Again, it was just one of those things where like what you're saying is true, and that wasn't my intention to offend you two personally. Y'all know how I rock with y'all. But as I've gotten older, there's become less wiggle room for some of the things I see. And I'm really speaking on experiences that I've seen. Like, come on, yo. Like, what? Because now I'm like, hey, I can't help you no more. I don't know what to say to you no more if that's what you're going to respond. Only to repeated behaviors. And Asia, I will say this to you. Often, I've never, out of all the conversations we had that'll never, be on here, it's like, there was always a progression in your thought, though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm not talking about you, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people who progression don't be in a thought or action or how they moving or how they presenting. And it's like, okay, hey, Brittany, I'd rather you say something than stare with a muted mic. Just FYI. Hi, damn. Nice. Jesus, good gracious. Say something. Like what?
At least unmute that.
Yeah, like I'm trying to figure out, like,
What would you like for me to say? Do Black
I don't
women feel
know.
protected today in today's dating culture? Sure. Mm-hmm.
Asia, actually, you said something at the end there that kind of sparked my interest because when I first came across this question, I thought about it the way Sneak and I responded. I didn't think about it from the actual single guy, single woman perspective, like how you feel towards him.
Mhm.
If you feel protected by
Mm-hmm.
him, like is that something that you think is I don't know. I don't even know how to word that. Like where does that come from?
You mean like,
Not feeling protected by that guy.
yeah, it's like, and this is actually, I appreciate you saying that because we talk about this a lot. Like me and Britt do. Like sometimes, and with Princess too, like sometimes the like married men, y'all really will have a whole different perspective because it's being a
Mhm,
woman in the dating space, it's really crazy out here.
mhm,
Like I don't feel protected. I can't even say some of the things I've experienced, but people be leaving stuff in your cars. That's like, yo, like you're not even thinking about the consequences that it could really have on me as a
mhm,
person because you have a particular objective. And I think it's hard in the dating space, right? And granted, I think when you find somebody that is genuine, that is intentional, right? All these things, it's a very different experience.
Mm-hmm.
But for these jokers out here,
Hmm.
no, I do not feel protected. I wouldn't feel
That's
protected.
fair. That's
Mm-hmm.
fair.
mhm.
That's fair. But
Them Negroes don't care.
I think the way you move, like I could never challenge if you do. You get what I'm saying? I think you move with intentionality and perspective and wisdom. So, like, if you don't, I know there's something
Mm,
that happened that made you not feel that way. You get what I'm saying?
mm,
And I just not back to your point. Like, I don't want to say much more than what I said earlier because I'm like, I think I'm serious. I'm not even trolling. Like,
mm.
I've come to a place in my experiences where like I'm gonna give an example. I'm gonna jump out of dating really quickly, right? Have you all ever talked to a girlfriend or a friend that like they explain something and like they explain something and what they did may have been dangerous or was like the worst case scenario to act like in that moment. And it's like what should have happened didn't, but like, yo, you tripping. So I'm speaking from that aspect. I'm seeing a lot more of like blinded protection, if that makes sense, to any action regardless of what's going on. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I'm okay, take it out of dating. It's like we out somewhere. I'm like, hey, come on, y'all, let's go. It's about to get popping. Let's go. You're like, ho, like, stop. I'm not going anywhere. I paid my money to get in here. I'm like, hey, come on, man. Let's roll out. I'm not going anywhere. Then you get B-box and rock steady. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, like, and intent versus impact, literally.
Yeah.
Like,
but I think there's a difference between I hear all of you, right? And I don't have much to say about this topic, but I will say that I think I hear descriptions of physical protection versus mental and emotional protection. Because if you if you go out, Keenan, to your example, like that's more of like a physical thing or something bad could happen to somebody or whatever. But like the mental, emotional part of it, what I hear a lot of women say is like, example, angry black woman, right? Like, damn, there she go again. Like when are black men gonna stand their ground and be like, man, she's not really an angry black woman. Like there's actually some fuel to the fire because X, Y, and Z. And I think that's where a lot of women kind of come in and feel quote unquote unprotected, even in the dating culture. I think it's more my mindset took me more that way than the actual physical part of things.
but so I did give a physical example. I think your example is legitimately, an emotional or mental protection. Because I don't think the fact that I'm saying in some situations is being heard, it's not like I'm saying all things are like this. You know what I mean? I think the place I'm coming from is like, okay, I do not care to give any single person any advice if they don't ask me. If you ask me, I will tell you my thought. I'll let it go. I'll move on. I don't dig that deep anymore, right? But with some of the people that I mentor or somebody that I have close relationships with, it's more of the, okay, I give you this. If you're dating someone and you text them and they don't text back and some time goes by, and to your standard, you don't go like that, but y'all been dating for 2 weeks and you fire off at the mouth with something crazy because they ain't hit you right back. And then say, y'all get to arguing, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I hate to put gender on this, but we're talking about the bro code that's at play. If you provoke a reaction that you don't care for, I'm not saying either person is right or wrong. What I'm saying is like, yo, he ain't just holler at you for no reason. Y'all didn't get to fussing and fighting for no reason. So like, I'm not talking about the moments, Brittany, to your point of where like, emotional or mental protection isn't important. I am saying that. But like, there are actions that we're talking about in some cases, provoke to the point where it's like, yo, that was a reaction. That's not how somebody was treating you without being provoked. You get what I'm saying? Like that ain't just coming off the cuff like that. But it's like, I do believe in protecting black women. I do believe in all three aspects being protected. You know what I mean? But it's like, to the point we were talking about the checking on your people at the beginning, it's hard to make somebody else feel some way if they're not looking for that thing to be felt. Does that make sense? Like for my response, I'm just using this in general. Like for me to make sure you feel protected, I have little to nothing to do with how you actually feel versus my action.
So let me ask you guys this, men. Do y'all feel like black women do a good enough job with explaining what protection looks like?
Fuck no. It's like this underlying, like, read my mind. No, I'm being serious. Like, I think some women do it that had like, but if you were to go and take 10 different women, and I'm just using this because you asked that question,
Mm-hmm.
and say what it looks like, you will get what's specific to them, which is fair because they don't got to be protected in each way. They may be stronger in some categories. Let's take physical out of it because that's like something you should always do. Like, okay, that's over there. But like it looks different for everybody, right? And let's be real. How many conversations have I remember on this podcast when I used the Goldsboro example, Princess got me, but Asia was talking about safety from the aspect of when she's out in public. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
But she was willing to explain that in real time. Like, hey, I don't like that. X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But no, it's like you go to a person, oh, what Asia said is not normed. So most things that people think are normed are not. So you have to have a conversation around it in order for me to know that.
Okay.
But and it's not malice when I say that. I just think it's too much things going on that's assumed. And shout out to Asia last week. That was a dope line she used. I'm gonna steal it. Like assumptions kill relationships. So it's like you thinking I'm assuming I know how to do that, but I didn't even know that was impacting you.
Mm-hmm.
And now you cussing me out in your head. I'm getting mollywopped in your brain. I don't even know it. I'm trying to go to sleep.
So there's no baseline for protection.
To me, I'm gonna be real and hey, it's the year of crucifying. It's cool. I'm gonna be real. To me, I think what helped me, I'm really gonna speak for myself, is like there's not much malice I have towards people. So anything that I was trying to do was never trying to negatively impact your mental or emotional. So from that, I would then have safeguards to try to keep those things intact because they were positive.
Mm-hmm.
And then I learned like, oh, because you've experienced this makes you feel that way. Let me make sure I add that to my protection bag. You get what I'm saying? I think it starts with genuine interaction and intent with that person. And then you grow because then they start depending on you for protection. At first, the wall is up and I'm breaking it down, learning what it looks like to protect you. I'm just not chipping away at the wall. I'm allowing you to bring it down so you can tell me how you feel about those things.
That's good.
Hey, did I want some brownie points back?
No, I think that was great. And honestly, y'all know I'm gonna be transparent. Because now I'm thinking about, and Britt knows this very well. I used to be I'll do it for the plot type of person. As I really used to be. And I just want to say, I want to see us on national television, but on live for real. Like there was a situation, right? And I knew I was doing it for the plot. I knew I was.
All right.
Okay, I knew I was. I kid you not. I called B Dot after the fact. I did. And B Dot literally said, he said, if I would have known before. He said, why are you calling me now? Why are you calling me now? Because if I would have known before. True. And this is what I can take accountability, okay? What? I knew what I was doing. I didn't want nobody to stop me. I didn't. I was doing it for the plot. I really was doing it for the plot. But it was also one of those, I did have some safety precautions though, right? So it wasn't like I was doing it full on just for the plot. But I mean I was, but at that time it was one of those things that, and there were people that knew. Like I had told Britt knew. I was like, Britt, I am doing this for the plot, sis. But here's my location. This where I'm gonna be staying. Like I put in safeguards.
All physical.
But yeah, but and also even for example, but even for me to I told B Dot, you know, like that was like really like that was an emotional thing because he was like, and I thank you B Dot because I know I stressed him out that day because he said, why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
So does this? I'm gonna be quiet right there. I'm gonna just go back to minute 106. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, yes, I'm saying I can take accountability.
But
sure.
Asia, I think what you're doing.
But I felt protected more by Britt and B Dot after the fact than I did that man. No.
Oh yeah. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but to me, what I spoke about earlier was not that. Like you're acknowledging the fact that like, hey, there's a lot. I'm going for the plot. I'm doing it for the plot. Respect. I can't get mad at that. I'm not gonna judge that because you was real. You was real about it.
Yeah.
It's you do that, and then you get online and they say, "Oh my God, these men out here
I
ain't."
can't believe. I
And
can't
it's like,
believe he did.
yes, man, you jumped out
Hmm.
there though. So what we talking
Hmm.
about? That's my point. The fact that you said like, "Hey, Britt, hey
Understood.
girl, boom, boom." Hey, let's be real. See, my boy, if the third last name loyalty member here, we go there, but I can't go there because my boy here. But there's been situations where bro was like, "Here, man, like y'all fellas, I'm here. I'm out of town. I'm here. Respect." But if the acknowledgement to Brittany that nobody has to know makes it okay to me. Thank God nothing happened to you. Thank God you're back safe, all the things. But it's like you took accountability when you told her that.
Hmm.
And y'all know good
Had
and
to.
well, it's some women out here that just do stuff like that. And they're like, oh my God, they out here ain't nothing. What's going on in
Dudes
20?
ain't
Like,
shit.
come on, man.
Hmm.
And I'm
Yeah.
not saying whatever he
Okay, I
Hmm.
did
understand. I
wasn't, I'm not
understand.
saying whatever he did was right, but acknowledgement, and it kills my whole argument.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right. You
okay.
got it. You got it.
All
You
All
right.
right,
got it.
y'all.
Okay. Understood.
So, in the name of security, the
Yo, this
couple share
crazy how this
locations.
flowing, Doc.
Right. Should couples share locations, or is that doing too much?
What?
Is it cool to share
Yeah.
locations in 2026? Is it yet you sharing
It's people
locations
like her,
with
bro.
your partner?
It's people like her. It's people like
You
her.
need to know at all times. Is it because you need to know at all times where they are, or when you ready to check, you need to know where they are, or is it strictly out of security? I just want to know that my partner is good.
Who you asking me?
Either one, anybody.
Well, Brett, how do you feel about it first? Because I think
S-
that will determine the
yeah.
situation.
Yeah. So should they share locations? Sure. Do I? No.
That's crazy.
Um, and I it could be because, Apple users versus Android users. Okay. Stupid. But
Mhm.
I do think that it's not I don't think it has to there's a need because we have a relationship where check-ins naturally happen. So it's
Mhm.
like, yo, I'm here, this is whatever. And that's where trust comes into place. Like I trust that you said you are where you are, same vice
Mhm.
versa. So do I think it's a need? No. Is it a security measure? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anything can happen
Yeah,
to anybody.
Asia, I ain't gonna try. I ain't trying.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that location.
Yo, stop what you doing, yo.
That's
But
Stop
here's
what
the
you
thing.
doing, dog.
like
Listen,
that.
I'm being for real. And here's the thing. Once again, a lot of my female friends have my location. Like my
Mhm.
closest guy friends have had my location. Like for me, it really is like I guess maybe because I travel so often and y'all know I live away from everybody. And so
Mhm.
for me it really is like okay, cool. I'm going to give you my location, you give me yours. Like for me it's not
Why,
that
why,
deep. Also, what I
why
will
can't
say
you just
this
have
too,
yours?
that has happened and I wasn't a fan of it. And I'm gonna be honest, something that came up for me, yeah, I could say this. Something that came up for me was I used to feel really like I used to feel like scared almost to like call. So I'd be like, oh, well, what if he's busy? Well, what if this is a deep insecurity that I used to have? And it was like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, what if he's da 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 da. So for me, even like with my closest guy friend, at one point, I'm like, let me see. And on the iPhone, it just says like the city. It says the
Mhm.
city and the state. And
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
for me, I could look and I'd be like, oh, all right, like he's not at work. I can call him. You know what I'm saying? Or like, oh, he's home. I could call him. That's really how I use it.
Mhm.
So for me, it is a security thing, but it's also like,
So why weren't you the fan of the one way?
what?
It's all or
You
nothing.
said you weren't a fan. You said you weren't a
Yeah, you
fan
said that.
when it was just you or just him who had your location.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, yeah. Why wasn't you a fan? I didn't hear that part.
Oh, I didn't say it yet.
My,
No, because I
oh,
wasn't.
my
Like
bad.
I just didn't because at that point I didn't like I know why I gave him my location, right? I
Mhm.
wanted him to know that I was safe and good and all things once again because I travel so often. But
Mhm.
I don't like the idea that that other people can surveil me. Because once again, I don't really know their intent, what they're doing with it. I don't like that they could do that, and then I don't know where
Can't do
you
it, man.
are. Yeah, I
You can't
don't.
do it back.
And
Yeah.
it's not even that I can't do it back. It's just I don't like having anything that's not reciprocal in a relationship. Like,
Mm.
and that goes for anything.
And can I
I don't
say
like
this
that.
too? Now that I'm listening to Asia, I think it matters relationship status, because if
You
you're
talking about partner?
married, yeah, yeah, but if you're married versus a boyfriend girlfriend, for
Mhm.
me, like that's a factor. Like my husband or husband wife, whatever, absolutely. But like girlfriend boyfriend, depending on how long y'all dating, all that stuff, I'm not sure if that information needs to truly be shared.
That's fair.
So
I can see
Brittany, I
that.
would agree. I 3.5 things. I'm not, so I think it's also timing, right? I'm probably more likely to take my kid's location than my wife's. I really feel like that's an invasion of privacy for some reason. Like I just like
Mm.
to the point you made when you were down for the plot, Asia, right? Like if
Mhm.
my wife is going to do something that I need to know that she's formed with, she's just going to tell me. Like, hey, this is
Mhm.
where I'm at, this is who I'm with. You know what I'm saying? Cool, cool,
Mhm.
cool. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't, yeah. So I'm willing to be judged on this. To me, if we share locations and we communicate a lot, and I understand, and I understand like what type of relationship we have, I don't know what would provoke me to go look at your location. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I,
Mhm.
I feel like people immediately go to the negative when it comes to sharing your location.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be
Mhm.
a negative thing. I don't have to go check your location until I feel like, oh, you know what? I called you 2 hours ago and you haven't responded. That's not like you. Let me just make sure that you're okay, or make sure that you are where, you're supposed to be, or not on the side of the road somewhere.
mm.
Like, it
So
doesn't have to be a
I,
negative thing.
Dot, cool. I believe you. You ain't picked up for 2 hours. You said she's still at work. What's your next move?
You still at work. You're good.
Hmm.
Move on.
It
And
at work,
honestly,
man.
2 hours.
But when I
And
left that phone, I
honestly,
gotta go back and get it, bye.
and see, that's the problem right there. That's why
See,
that's why people
I'm
think it's
not.
a
Hey,
problem
Yeah,
with
I
like
sharing
know,
a
I'm
hey,
not
dog,
location.
thinking like that.
all trolling aside, Dot, I do agree with you, but I guess my mind is similar to what Brittany said earlier. Me and my wife talk so much throughout the day. You know what I mean? Like, and so say if now, granted, this is way more work. So this is way more work. But say if it was a situation like, hey, I'm going here, 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 like bet I'm on the way. And typically with married couples, like especially when the kids with one person, you like tapping in like to know where they level of capacity at to see how long I need to take doing this.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
as
yeah.
these things are getting knocked off, you're usually getting a call. Well, let me speak for my marriage. As these things are getting checked off on a busy work week, you usually get tell me, hey, look, I just banged out. You need anything? I'm about to head to such and such. You need anything from there? So like
Mhm.
that will give me the inkling of the pathway. Dot. Now, granted, that's not as good as a location, but it's kind of like one of those things of like, okay, when the last time we talked, I knew where you were and where you were headed. You know what I mean? If you were with friends and that happens, it's like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, love my baby. Picking up the phone and texting back ain't the strongest suit of hers, no way. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't have an indication on her safety 9 times out of 10 because she's very also finite in the locations that she'll stay in for an extended period of time. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? It's not a lot of places where she'll just, kind of like the opposite of it. You know, Asia doesn't mind traveling. She'll be out and about, boom, boom, boom. Like Britt is going like she'll go places, but like I could probably put on two hands the places she's gonna spend hours at, and I wouldn't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And I
Yeah.
think it's just something we never did. Like, come on, I had a G1 in 2010. What locations were nowhere to be found?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's essential. I don't feel like it's a deal breaker if you don't want to share your location. However, um, in
How do you bring that
experience,
conversation
I
up?
I don't know, but I don't even know how it happened. Me and my wife have been sharing our location for so long. I don't know how it started, but it has helped. I also have heard stories of, you know, I ain't gonna go dark like that, but it's helped in those situations. You know, Val was on the way home one night, and you know, we live out in the boonies now, and she got a flat tire. She
Mm,
couldn't tell me how to get to her. I checked her location. My location took me to her location. I was there to change the tire.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay.
So I think it. Granted, that's a one-off, but I think it helped in that situation.
So, hey, I got a question. If the phone dies, it's just wherever the phone died last is where the location will show.
That's where the phone died last. Where the phone was last.
Because
Mhm.
in that example, I don't think it's a bad example. I think that is what it's for. But like, you can also send your location in in instances like that, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Mhm.
also think my perspective is just from it never crossed my mind until my son went to school to share locations with anybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It never crossed my mind at all. Now it's on my mind. If my wife asked, I would do it because it's like it ain't gonna say nothing but our address 97% of the time. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That just I
It,
don't know, bro. How do
if
you bring
I
that
That is
conversation up, ladies?
You don't. If I'm honest, I think for
See, she
me it
trying to
was
sneak in the
part of
phone, y'all. She's
no, no,
sneaking in the
no. If
phone.
it was a part of my healing journey for
Okay.
real because I had locations and every single time they were in not good situations in past relationships. Um when I got with my husband, initially started dating before we got married, I didn't want none of that. Like I didn't even want to look at your phone if it buzzed too loud because I was triggered by so many different things. So even when we got married, like I had to learn how to trust almost again, and leave some of those insecurities in the past in terms of like if he says he's going here, he's going to be there. Now,
Mhm.
if granted, y'all know my husband is very like a very quiet, low, mellow dude. So when he goes
Mhm.
with his boys, like that's your time to go because he doesn't go very often. So if I don't hear from him after 2 hours and you said you was going to the game and the game ended 2 hours ago, I go in full panic mode. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I go straight to social media. I check them stories. Okay, the friends ain't post nothing. He didn't post nothing. He must be dead. Like that's where my brain takes me. So
Yeah,
I'm
yep.
I'm absolutely blowing up your because we're so good at communication and kind of clarifying those things. And then of course, you have those moments where it's like, oh my bad, like I haven't done this in a long time. We just went out to eat, whatever. Okay, cool. I just want to know that you're alive and not dead somewhere.
But I think that's way more digestible because of what it's rooted in
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
versus it being rooted in something else. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
very digestible. Man, let me tell you, man. Since we've been 19, if you say, "Hey, the movie is over at 7:03," my wife has hit me 7:04. Hey, you good? Everything cool? Right? I'm like, yeah, love. Like, what? But she ain't like come home. She just like, hey,
Mm.
everything cool. Because I'm gonna be real, yo. I'm gonna be real. It really wasn't terrible. It was our norm. Because I'm gonna be honest. To me, it was more so like we would do things together so much. She would have like, hey, don't forget to, or like, hey, can you grab this? But she didn't want to call me until the thing was over. As we've
Mm-hmm.
gotten older, it's just more time frames more than anything. But
Mm-hmm.
our life is so like there's not. I give you an example. As much as we travel as a team, it's the big things. Did you make it down? Is everybody good? What's on the docket for today? Talk when you know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like one of us, back to Brittany's point, one of us posts a story enough for all of us to see where everybody's at type thing. But like, I'm gonna be real, location just feels like an invasion of privacy. And it's not because of nothing negative. It's not because of like, I don't even we too old. Like, if you with somebody at this age and you worried about cheating, you might as
That's
well
the
keep it.
negative. But see,
Yeah.
that's why I feel like it's not that big of a deal because if I'm communicating and telling you where I'm at, what I'm doing, if we got a level of trust, you don't have to search and check my location. It's
Let me
for
say it another
emergencies
way.
only.
Let me say it another way. We haven't been in a situation because of me and my wife are like we are doubles. We love each other and we're really close in real life. we haven't been in a lot of situations where like it's been needed. You get what I'm saying? Like, because she's more of a homebody, there's rare moments where those things happen where she would need mine more than I would need hers. Does that make sense? Like, I move around a lot more. So that's why I guess to me it's harder for me to see it. And again, to your point, Dot, I just haven't been in a situation where it's like, damn, I wish I would have had your location.
I got a question. She wants it, you don't. How do you navigate that in your marriage? How do you have that conversation? She wants y'all to share locations. You feel like it's an invasion of privacy. You feel how you feel about it.
If she says something that aligns with her values and morals and personality, I wouldn't care.
But if she don't,
hell no, I'm not doing it because that's not rooted in positive intent. Like if because I'm gonna be real, bro, and I'm not being funny, man. This 2026, I get crucified this year. When women become moms, they start looking at different types of things about the world and what's going on and what's happening and stuff like that. So I really have seen anxiety can grow around those things. If it's rooted in something like that, like I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But if you was to ask me, like, have your location, because all my friends' wives got their husband location. What? No. Get out of here. Not doing that.
No.
What up from Australia, man? Appreciate you tapping in. But like I'm not doing that. Like what? No, I'm not. Would y'all do it if that was the example?
would you respect it?
Who? No, let me get to arguing.
Dog.
Let me get to arguing.
You saying no, bro? Dang,
I'm gonna tell you why. See, you about to get me started in a minute. I'm telling you about to get me started. I'm gonna tell you why, bro. Cause them jokers, them jokers you listening to, they better be real on it, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, what
I know
does
what you're saying.
like, yeah, bro, like what? Oh, I wonder why they have all their locations. Because they're not getting treated like you, young lady. No. Not going through that.
Well,
now, if she hit me like, hey, Keenan, you've been like, if she would have asked for it last year, no argument at all. We was moving so much everywhere, all times, and constantly on the go. Okay, like, hey, I can't call and text you all the time. You are moving a lot. It's bringing me anxiety. I need to know that you're okay. Okay. But if you ever say anything predicated on anybody else, no. Hell no.
Or if she just wants it. It ain't
no
because of her friends. She just wants it.
No. Y'all about to get me started on a whole nother. This ain't even about me and my wife. Y'all about to get me started on something else. I don't believe in stuff like that. Just because you want it. What?
Yeah.
No. Cause then I just allow just because you want it to be a reason to have something. Fuck no.
Just ridiculous.
So ladies, y'all letting it go? That no? You letting that no go?
they kind of agree with me.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about from they man. You want his location, he say nah. You respect that?
No.
He would have to tell me why not. Because for me, it's.
Tell me a reason why you would ask, Asia.
I already gave my reasons. I am like my dad has my location, my brother has my location. My like Britt has my location. Like for me, and you have to understand my context. I live by myself in a city that I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different.
So I agree with that. I would never argue that. Say you all were together for a year, no location shared. He randomly like, let me get that location though. Out of nowhere, you've been able to operate fully.
Yeah.
It was never, huh?
I would give my location. Like I don't. For me, I guess I
Because
don't
you
see the
always done
big
it with other
deal.
people.
Yeah, I really don't see the big deal because for me, it once again, because I do share my location, I would be like, well, why wouldn't I want to give it to him? Like for me, it would be like, girl, you said it was no big deal. Now all of a sudden, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I agree with
Like
you.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it's just back to me
I'm out
something
of
I've
that.
never done before. So it's like you do it now
Mm.
before being with somebody. So your location, I don't know, bro. It just feel weird. I don't even know why.
We're gonna
No,
ask for
know
that
where I'm
location
at.
tomorrow.
Please
So,
know where I'm at.
but y'all don't feel like as adults you could just be real about where you at?
No, it's not about that, Keenan. Like I'm with B-Dot. It's really not about that. Like, for example, I had a
Mm-mm.
car accident. Y'all know, a really bad car accident. A
Mhm.
deer was involved, all the things.
Mhm.
I just so happened to I was driving and obviously stopped on the side of the road. My car was
Mhm.
just on the side of the road. I got a phone call like, "Are you good?" Because you're just not. You've been in the same spot, and mind you, it was really late. I appreciated that because I really did
Yeah.
not know where I was. I was freaking out, and so for me, I wasn't even thinking, okay, I got to call this person and this person and that person. But it was just nice to have somebody be like, "All right, you haven't moved, and it's really late. Like, are you okay?" Actually, no. The car is
And see,
totaled. I don't know where I am.
you didn't even think to say, why were you looking at my location? See?
I really didn't because
I
once
don't
again,
disagree with Asia. I
I
don't
was
disagree with Asia.
traveling.
Yeah, I don't
Like Brit
Asia, but
knows if I drive somewhere, Brit's first thing is, all right, make sure you share your location. I don't think that she's gonna be constantly looking at my location, but it's nice
yeah,
to
but
know
that
if
makes
she don't
sense
hear
to
from
me,
me.
Asia. But that
Yeah,
makes sense to me though.
right. So that's my
Yeah.
assumption. So that's what I'm saying. Like my automatic assumption is that the person that's asking for my location is doing it for my well-being and for a just
Mm-hmm.
in case. So that's my baseline. I'm never thinking, oh, they're trying to check to see where I'm at because they trying to. So that's what I'm saying. My baseline, I think, is just different. So I don't
Yeah.
mind sharing it. Is what
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
saying.
but the thing is, like, that's not what I'm worried about.
Oh,
I hate to keep drilling the point now, but it's just like we talk enough. And again, to like I said, to B dot, maybe we haven't had a situation where I felt like either one of us we've been able to call each other. She's been able to share, I've been able to share, or I screenshot. You get what I'm saying? I think
yeah.
I'm saying like I share my location. That's not a problem, but it's all she's never thought to ask me, nor have I thought to like, hey, you want to share locations? That's never been our norm, is what I'm trying to say. So it's not like
Yeah.
a thing. Like even with my friends, I don't know where B dot at.
I'll share my location with you, bro.
Hey,
You
dog,
want to share
we
locations?
end this show that day.
What?
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy, bro. I want to know you
That's
made it home okay.
hey,
crazy.
hey, man, go ahead, man. Go, hey, come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, come on, man.
Y'all wild.
No, come on. Dog, if you share my location with you, I'm blocking you that day. Hey, come on,
I'm
man.
about to send it right. I'm about to send that notification right now.
Please do.
That's so crazy.
Please do. Come on, man. Come on,
Well,
man.
on that note,
Yeah.
share locations, man.
Yeah.
Care about your friends. Let your friends know you care about them. We're gonna bring it around full circle. That's how you let your friends
I love
know
the way we talking about
you
friends
care
and the
about
question
them.
say couples.
Because we talk about me and you now.
Bitch, we ain't no couple. Hey, man. Hey, look, man. Hey. Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in with us tonight, man. Thank you. Make sure anywhere you listen to podcasts, you download and stream Millennials versus the World. Also, take a second, make sure you subscribe to the page. We'll be coming on Monday, every Monday this year to show love. If you have not gotten a chance, make sure you check out season 1 with the full crew. Some dope episodes, man. We really get some dope vibes. So make sure you share your location with B-Dot. And also, you tap into Monday Night Crew returning March 11th. Thank you to everybody that's been showing love, man. It's your boy K. Mims. I got my bro B. My girls from Small Talk, Asia and Brittany, and we are out.
You are now tuned in to the realest podcast.